Hello, tonight we're going to be making meatloaf. Sorry that I haven't posted a video in a little while. It's been a little busy. But we're going to be making meatloaf with the side dish of mashed potatoes. So let's get started. We're going to be using milk, onions, Worcestershire sauce, eggs, garlic salt, pepper, sage, and salt. And then over here we have the syrup, ketchup, and beef. And right over here, I'll show you real quick. We have this. These potatoes are boiling, almost boiling. So, as you saw a little bit earlier, or a little bit later. So, let's get started. Alright, so we're gonna start off by preheating our oven to 350. So that's
Alright, so now that we have these items set, let's add some ingredients. So what we're going to do is we're going to add these onions into the bowl. And so, if you got the onions in the bowl, let's add, oh, that's correct, 6 eggs. 6 eggs in this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 small little moves, so I don't know where the mixer is. So we're just going to combine those. It didn't really involve too much stirring, just like 30 seconds or so. Now we're going to add the beef. So we're going to do it with a stick actually, so let's go over the sink.
So in case you haven't really guessed, I'm taking this beef into the sink to do it so we don't get blood all over the counter. I'll be right back, 1 second. So, let's do this. So we're gonna add 2 packages of beef. So it comes out to like, this one is 3, this one's 3 pounds, and this one's 3 pounds. So we're gonna add this beef into our bowl. Yeah, there we go. Meetings beware. Alright, so we have our beef in our bowl. Oh, this one's still a little bit frozen. Ew, it's frozen blood. It's gross. But, because you have raw beef, you're gonna have blood. So once you do this, you're going to mix it all in mix all the beef in with your stuff, with those first ingredients that we added. So I gotta switch off the camera so I'm washing my hands. And make sure that you wash your hands too, because you don't want to wash your hands really good. You don't want to walk around their house with a bunch of bloody fingers. So let's carry this over here. I'll carry you over here. So let's do this. Let's set you up right over here. There we go. I'm just gonna make this a new video. So we're gonna mix it in. You're gonna mix it in lightly, so you're not gonna like. I'm probably not gonna end up doing it that lightly, but you want to mix it in, and you want to make it really thorough. So you're not gonna stop mixing like right now. You're gonna mix until they're all added in to the same amount. Alrighty, so now that you've mixed it all in, you're gonna want to what you're gonna do is you're gonna put it all into a big pan. Alright, so let's just throw it all in this big pan, and you can get what's left of it in here. So yeah, after you mix up all the beef, you're gonna want to wash your hands. There's a lot of hand washing in this, but it's all pretty much, I mean, it's pretty necessary. So let's shape it into the pan. So you're not going to grease the pan. So you're not going to grease it with oil or butter or whatever you use to grease pans usually. It's going to be ungreased. And then there's just as a heads up, when you're making this, there's going to be a lot of grease around it. So yeah, actually what you should do is you should shape it so there's some space for the grease to kind of channel out of it. So you're gonna want to, yeah, like this. If you can see, you'll probably see it with this part. If you can't, like that. So the grease can come in and just stay right there, and it'll be easier for you to drain. And also, if you're making this for just smaller, with like less people, you don't have to use nearly as much ingredients as I do. I'm just making it for my family, which is like 10 people. Like so.
Can I take a shower now?
Jordan, I'm making a video.
Please bring me.
So, your preheated oven. You're gonna put it in here. Wait 1 second. So you're gonna put it in your preheated oven, and then you're going to set a timer for like 60 minutes, 1 hour. So, alright, so now we're gonna make the sauce that we're gonna put on top of the meatloaf. So now you're going to mix the remaining ingredients that you have into a much smaller bowl. So you're gonna have your Worcestershire sauce, ketchup, and syrup. So let's start off with the ketchup. You're going to add a lot of this. You're gonna need like like 2 cups. There we go, so there's 1. And then after that, you're gonna add the syrup. I'm gonna use close to a full cup of it. And then I'm gonna get about 2 or 3 teaspoons of this, the Worcestershire sauce. So there's 1. We'll add 3. Then you're just gonna mix it all up. And you're gonna pour this on the meatloaf when it's ready. Or like a little bit before, so you can like set it, you can like glaze it over it, and then you can let it cook a little more so it kind of like, I don't know, cooks with it. Alright, so now let's get to the mashed potatoes. So the mashed potatoes will be ready to mash once you can drive a fork through it pretty easily, and like the whole thing basically like cuts in half. So let's do this. Okay, so now we're going to drain all the water that is in this mashed potato. So now we're gonna mash them up. Okay, so now we're just gonna mash these potatoes up. Well, actually, it might be easier for you to mash them up if you have water and all the other ingredients before we mix it up, which is probably what you're supposed to do. So let's fill up some water. Doesn't have to be too much, but so let's just add this water in here, and then we're gonna add some milk. Now let's smash them up. Alright, so just one quick extra thing. Just in case you made the same mistake that I did, I accidentally added a little bit too much water or milk to my mashed potatoes.
It's true.
So what I'm doing is I have it on like a medium low heat, and I'm just stirring it around on the bottom so it doesn't burn, but the liquid is evaporating. So just in case you make that same mistake as I did, no worries. So yeah. Alright, so I'm just finishing up with the mashed potatoes. I got them to get like this, which looks really good. So I started off with them being way too watery, as you saw like a minute ago. But what I did was, like I told you, I stirred it around and let those stuff evaporate. But then I also added some flour to it, some gluten-free flour, because I'm gluten-free. So I added just a little bit of flour. You don't want to add that much. And then it makes it thick. And not too thick, but just enough. 1 second. We're about to add the garlic powder. 1 second. Sorry, I meant garlic salt, not garlic powder. So we're just gonna kind of throw it around in there. Then we will stir it up. Now your mashed potatoes are ready. And all you have to do is just make sure that they taste good. And just leave them alone. You're done. So, now that your mashed potatoes are done, let's move them. Let's put the lid on and then we'll move them over to the next burner, just so they don't like keep cooking and then burn. So, we got all that done. Now we just gotta wait for the meatloaf, which looks like it has about 25 more minutes left. See you then. Alright, so now we're gonna drain the grease in here into like a bowl. So I'm not gonna film myself doing that, but that's just what you need to do. You just need to empty the grease, then let it like 10 minutes before the timer goes off, and then once all the grease is drained, almost said grease is grained. Grease is drained, you're gonna add your mix that we made earlier, or once all the grease is off of it and stuff on top of this, then we'll set it back in the oven for another like 10 minutes or so, 5 minutes. Okay, so now we're gonna lay the sauce that we made earlier on top of our meatloaf. Alright, so you're gonna spread all that on top. And it doesn't need to completely, you don't have to use all of it. What you can do is just add about this much on top. Then the rest you can drizzle on your meatloaf once it's ready to be eaten. So, add a little bit more. But, alright, so now we're gonna put it back in the oven. Alright, so we're gonna put it back in the oven for another we'll put it in actually for 5 minutes. So just set your timer for like 5 or 6 minutes. Hey, thanks for watching my video. Please, if you haven't already, like and subscribe to my channel and video. And please just tell me how I can improve with my videos in the comments down below. And thank you so much. Keep watching for the next video.